So good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start our syllabus, that is object-oriented programming using Java. Today what we are going to say, that is what are the fundamentals of Java are there, then what are the different types of concepts you are going to learn, and some of the concepts I will be clarifying today within PPTs. So today we will define, before going with that one, a simple secondary gentle reminder I am going to make here. Switch off your mobiles or make them to be silent. So this is a concept which starts your Java, that is called as fundamentals of object-oriented programming. That is, what are the different types of fundamentals you are going to have? We are going to have this particular point here, that is object paradigm. Object paradigm defines with emphasis on objects. Word called as emphasis means, yesterday had been said, object is having a data security and approaches on the objects. Emphasis on object. What objects are needed in this program rather than procedure? What does this program need to do? You should have to be clarified with this particular point over here. Emphasis means importance. We can call that as what? An importance on objects. Each and everything within a Java or within its concept are defined with objects. So he is going to define it what, or he is going to say what objects are needed in the program. What you need, how you are going to call, how you are going to define, or how you are going to access, how the properties will be used. We can call them as what? Objects. And next statement you will be saying rather than procedure. Rather than procedure means here there will be no any specific functions you are going to use. You will be defining each and everything, or a program will be accessed through objects itself. So we can call them as what? We are going to emphasis on objects, not on the procedures. So define with that statement. What does this program need to do? Procedure stands for what? What do you want it to do through the programming? I wanted to access, I wanted to read, I wanted to print, I wanted to compute, I wanted to define, I wanted to go for like that. Those all the things can be done by using only objects, not the procedures. Yesterday had been said that C is a procedure oriented language and Java is purely on object oriented programming. So objects are very important compared to your procedures. Programs are divided into entities known as classes of the objects. Here in C, programs are divided into functions. In C, what you are going to do? The functions are program or commodities or part of program are divided into what? Functions, where the program here they are divided into entities. Those entities are nothing but called as what? Classes. Classes of objects is going to say. Next, data structures are designed such that they categorize objects. So, in all the three lines, he has been defined a word called as objects, objects, objects. What it means now? In the Java programming language, every statement, every programming aspect are defining or depending on the objects itself. So for that sake, whatever the data structure means, logical view of your programming depends on what? Object itself. Logical programming aspect depends on objects, not on the procedures. So functions that operate on a data of an object. See, in another fourth line also is going to be used called as object. Functions are also going to be operated through objects only. Here there will be no any separate functions where you are going to execute them as you are going to do in the C programming. Here the functions that operate on a data through what? objects itself. That is nothing but called as tied together in a data structures. Means objects are defined with your functions, and functions are called to your objects. So what it is means, objects are going to play a very important role. This particular statement what I am pointing here is going to play a very important role. So objects plays a very important role within the OOPS paradigm. Data is hidden. So listen very carefully here. The word called as data is hidden stands for what? Data is having a security and cannot be accessed by an external functions. See here. If you are given a permission, then only it can be accessed. Otherwise, no. So data will be secured. Yesterday I took an example of the name. Name of a particular person will be different from one another. Name of a particular person will be different from one another. If the names are same, but the surname will be different. For example, or you can take another simple example of fruits. I have took a simple example. Fruit is a word which is going to have different set of commodities. Like orange will be there, like another statement you will be having with apple, custard apple, so many things will be there. And each of them will be defined as class. Fruit is called as a class and objects are nothing but called as apple, orange or custard apple. How? Fruit defines object and object categorizes the properties. Fruits, that is the class, defines the object and object categorizes the, categorization means it says the properties. What is the property of an orange? Taste of orange is different, color of orange is different, shape of orange is different, then afterwards price of orange is different, and so many different types of properties which will be categorized by your object, which seems to be a part of your class. Class is a fruit, object is your orange. You take another simple example of apple. Apple is one type of fruit. We can call this one as what? Type of a fruit which defines what? The color, the taste, the size, shape, commodity, means how many kgs, within 1 kg how many oranges will come and how many apples will be coming, it will be different from one another. So once again, the objects are going to define with the classes, but object categorizes its own way. Means one object is not going to be relying on other object, or it is not going to depend on other object, as we had been at the position of your functions. So data is totally hidden. We can't be accessed. Objects can communicate with each other through the functions. Yes, 100%. Orange can communicate with the apple through the function, because single function can be used for many more objects. Orange get price, apple get price. Orange get the color, apple get the color. Color, get price are same functions, but they are using with different objects, which is nothing but called as object communication. We can call this one as what? An object communication, wherein which each together they will be interacting with the same functions. New data and functions can be easily added whenever necessary. I wanted to add some information which is necessary when it is necessary. Whenever there is a necessity of adding some informations, all the informations can be added to using the what? Functions. And the most important thing here, it is going to follow the bottom-up approach. What do you mean by bottom-up approach? Your C programming languages comes from top to down, where see Java starts with bottom-up approach, or we can call OOPS concept. So this is a single slide wherein which you have to define with so many different types of informations. Proceeding with the next statement, how the data and functions are organized within an object. Here we are going to have three different types of objects. What you are going to have here? There are three different types of object. Object 1, object 2, object 3. Object 1, object 2, object 3. You just see within an OR you are having data, member function, same as of data, member function, and data with member function and member functions. All the colors of ovals are different from one another, means they are hidden inside. The colors of our ovals, different objects are different. So this is apple, this is your orange, anything like that, and this is your custard apple. The data of apple will be secured here, the data of orange will be secured here, the data of custard apple will be secured here, but they might communicate with each other. Purple color arrow mark will be saying you that object 1 can communicate with object 2, object 2 can be communicating with object 3, and object 3 is communicating to the object 1, or object 1 can communicate with as well as object 3, and object 3 can also communicate with your object 2. In the last slide you have seen object communication through the functions. Object communicates with what? These functions. This can access this value, this can access this value, this can also access this value. That is nothing but called as what? An organization of a data as well as functions which are defined for your OOPS concepts. Next statement you are going to have, these are the very most important concepts you are going to learn in your Java. Alright, these are OOPS concepts. OOPS concept starts with objects, classes, message passing, then abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, as well as data binding. So these are the different set of class basic concepts you are going to learn. One is objects. It starts with objects. We shall see what do you mean by the object, how the objects will be defined, and how you are going to use those objects within the programming language. So this is nothing but called as object. Yesterday I have displayed or explained to you what is meant by object. Object is nothing but called as, objects are the basic runtime entities of an object-oriented system. Objects are nothing but called as what? They are the basic runtime or real-world entities. Real-world entities means what you are going to see, what you are going to identify, what you can approach. We can call them as what? Runtime or real-time applications or real-time entities. Then in the second statement you will be saying they represent a person like us, like you, like others. A place, Netsource, Belgium, Kiri, like that, or any item that the program must handle. A particular program which is going to handle, it should be identified. Place, Netsource. We can identify it, not an issue with that. The place Netsource is present within Hukkeri. Hukkeri is present within Belgium. Hukkeri is not present within the Ballari, because Ballari district is totally different from Belgaum. That's why where the program must, which is going to handle, it should have to define. For example, person name, person's address, person learning, person's color, intellectual thinking. So many different types of properties can be defined by using with your objects. For example, he has been given here one object which is going to have the data member as well as it is going to have its own functions. Another one simple example, he has been given a car. A car has some properties. What is that property? You will be defined with a model, year of making, and the cost. These are three different types of data that are defining the car. Car is made in 2020. A model is Nexon or any car you can say Swift. And year of manufacturing is 2020 and the cost is 7 lakh rupees. It can be accessible through a different set of information, that is called as get the information, print the information, get the calculations. So three different types of commodities or properties can be set to a car, which can be called through your functions. We can call that one as what? An object, and this is the thing but called as what? A representation of an object. This is the thing but called as what? A representation of a object. Then proceeding with this statement, you can see a simple statement, and I will yet here itself today's class, because if I am going to define each and everything within a single day, it is going to be confused for you. The objects are made up of two things. One is called as state, another one is called as behavior. Keep in the mind, the particular object is defined through the state and the behavior. State, attributes, fields and properties plus value. State is nothing but called as attributes, fields, properties plus value. So he has been given a statement here, a given set of data which describes the object as the color of object, as already said, the size of object, the amount of object, the name of the object, phone number and so etc. Object states that. For example, I have been given orange. Orange is going to have a color, orange is going to have a size, orange will be having a amount, orange will be having a name and so on. No phone number will not be there. So you can have this thing. So we can take a simple example of a person. Person is going to have a color, person will be having a length, person can be depositing the amount or like that way. Person will be having with a name and phone number can be defined. And so more things you can say. That is the thing but called as a state. What is actual position or what is actual perspective of a particular person is known as what? A state. And behavior methods or functions. Objects react with the state as well as behavior. A set of operations that the object can perform. What person can do? Person can walk, person can run, person can drive, person can sell the fruits, person can buy the vegetables, amount can be transferred, compute the total, open, close, etc. So many different things can be happened with the objects, wherein which behavior states with the functions and the state states with the attributes, fields and properties plus value. So today we have learned a particular point, particular view. We have met with the fundamentals of programming, object-oriented programming, where we have started with the basic concepts of objects. Within the object-oriented programming, within that one, I have been completed with the first value, that is called as the first one is object. And how you have to define? Now see, example of object, state and behavior. Here there is an object called as student. Student has state and behavior. Student will be having name, student will be having a register number, student will be having a age, student will be having a weight, height and marks. Student can be registered, can be accessed with the marks, can change his height and weight. So you can define the object with state as well as behavior. You can, what you can do here, you can define the object with its state and behavior. Another example has been given: clock. Another next is stack, radio, car, rain, dog, bike, window. All of them are different from one another. All of them are from one another differences, and all the state as well as behaviors are different from one another itself. So we can call this one as object. What you can understand from this one here, the object is a real world entity or runtime entity which is going to define the particular state of a person, place, and many more things. That object can be defined with state as well as behavior. So we are going to close here itself. Rest other things we shall see tomorrow.